Dr. Qureshi Sahab, the last question, and I will ask His Excellency to respond and then vote of thanks from David Wilson. Yes, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I would like to bring it to your attention that India is the only country in the world which has problems with all its neighbors. And its application to become a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council is a joke. Because if you're not good with neighbors, you cannot involve in international issues. The fundamental problem we are having as an academic is the narrative on Kashmir. What is the narrative on Kashmir? Kashmir is not a real estate issue. It is a human rights issue. It is an occupation. And the people of Kashmir and Palestine have every right to resist that occupation and the occupying forces. We need to understand the difference between terrorism and independence struggle of the occupying people. And that needs to be understood by the businessmen who are doing business with India, violating the human rights, so there is no ethical foreign policy. And I'm talking about our own British government, that their foreign policy is not ethical. Yeah. If they are doing business with the Indians and ignoring the human rights of the Kashmiris, and they are killing people in Syria, for no reason whatsoever. So India is the only country in the world which fit in the bill, the resolution which was passed against Iraq. Weapons of mass destruction, violation of human rights, and problem with all its neighbors. These are the three fundamental points which India is a candidate for the international intervention to resolve the ongoing and long-standing issue of Kashmir. And whatever may be the government of Pakistan's issue, it is an international issue between the people of the world, which they promise to the Kashmiris, and the narrative of the Kashmiris needs to be re-understood. If people are mixing jihad and terrorism and independent struggle, they need to be clarified this position. And I think Victoria can further explain this issue without going back into the long history, because obviously the Britain is responsible for all that mess we have left with, and they have more responsibility to resolve this issue as well, since they are in UN Security Council's permanent membership. And when Prime Minister Cameron promised India that he is going to support the seat, I think this is really immoral, unethical, and unjustifiable stance on his behalf. Thank you.
I think, Dr. yes, you're right, absolutely, because we have to change the narrative, and there is a change already taking place. But I think Victoria has already responded to you when she said the world changed on 2001, when the freedom fighters and the terrorists were bracketed. So I think the world has changed. But there's no reason for being disheartened or giving up, because the legitimate causes and the legitimate struggle must go on. Because I think this would be unfair, for the world to sort of have a blind eye after what they have done. It was legitimate a few years ago, and all of a sudden, because of certain undesirable or undesired developments happening, everything can become topsy-turvy. That's not correct. The freedom fighting or the fundamental human rights like self-determination cannot overnight change. So I think, well, yes, the world would like us to believe that everything has changed, but no. The principles will remain, the fundamental principles remain always the fundamental, and there will be no compromise on the principle. And I think the legitimate struggles, the right to self-determination is a fundamental human right, and nobody can take us away from any one of us.
Keep watching TV 7 at 6. देखते रहिए.